So here is Trump just now. He was just caught on camera saying, well, we'll play both of them in succession. Let her rip.
The witch hunt that you should be talking about is they caught President Obama absolutely cold, Tulsi Gabbard. What they did to this country in 2016, starting in 2016, but going up to 2020 in the election. They tried to rig the election, and they got caught. And there should be very severe consequences.
So growing up in Chicago, I would hear from lots of people, hey, you know Obama's gay, right? You know Obama's gay. And I was like, come on, that's not true. The media's not covering it. The more I started to look around, people I really trust said, Charlie, Obama's part of that club in Chicago, and he with men. And I was like, oh, whatever. And then all of a sudden, it started to grow more and grow more. And now, after all these years, the question is, was Obama the...
Barack Obama built an empire, not just on policies, but on polished speeches, nostalgic storytelling, and a carefully staged image of hope and transformation. For years, his legacy has been guarded like a priceless artifact. But then came Megyn Kelly and Charlie Kirk, and they didn't come to play nice. Armed with facts, sarcasm, and a verbal sledgehammer, they tore straight into the myth that has protected Obama for over a decade. What followed wasn't a critique. It was a full-scale demolition of the former president's carefully manufactured legacy, exposing him as a political celebrity who perfected performance while quietly abandoning the promises that made him famous.
We'd be remiss if we do not do at least one clip from the Barack Michelle Obama appearance, the podcast, because everybody thinks they're getting a divorce, and let's face it, they probably are. She dragged him onto her show with brother Craig, and the following took place. Here's how it started in SOT 36.
Barack Obama, can you join us on
Come
our
on
set?
out here, brother.
Welcome
man.
to IMO. Look at you.
Before we dive deeper, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next breakdown. Now, back to the destruction. Kelly and Kirk wasted no time attacking the cornerstone of Obama's persona, the illusion of hope and change. Back in 2008, Obama strode onto the stage like a political savior, promising to heal divisions, uplift the working class, and end Washington's corruption once and for all. The crowds chanted, cried, and believed history was unfolding before their eyes. But as Kelly and Kirk brutally reminded audiences, those promises evaporated the moment Obama stepped into the Oval Office. The outsider quickly became the ultimate insider, catering to the same elites he once pretended to fight.
I believe that. I have no doubt you do, because you do it publicly whenever you can. When was the last time you said anything kind about him? I mean, like, it's a 99-to-1 ratio in your public comments. So that's their rule. She and her daughters can tease him mercilessly, and he is not allowed to say anything about becoming over there on the other side of the couch. Only compliments allowed. Only praise. And by the way, I got a tip for you. Pro tip, Barack.
I just started rubbing my hand along his thigh to see where it was going, and it went the direction I had intended it to go.
Even though you had sex with him twice, you did cocaine with him, watched him smoke crack twice.
It definitely wasn't Barack's first time, and I would almost be willing to bet you it wasn't as long.
Just wait until the media comes out and they say, it doesn't matter. What has he been hiding this entire time? Is his marriage a sham?
Megyn Kelly then dismantled Obama's love affair with the media, exposing how his entire rise to power was fueled by a press corps that treated him like royalty. While other politicians endured grilling after grilling, Obama was handed softballs and glossy magazine covers. He wasn't just a president, he was the media's favorite son, wrapped in fawning profiles and worshipful headlines. Kelly called it what it really was, hero worship disguised as journalism. And when a nation worships its leaders instead of questioning them, mediocrity thrives in plain sight.
It's amazing. Every word she says about Barack Obama is negative. I can't think of her sitting there just waxing poetic about him, complimenting, he's brilliant, he's a great dad, he was the greatest president, whatever a normal wife of Barack Obama would say. Every time she opines, it's something that reflects poorly on him, how he's insensitive, how he's not a talker, how he doesn't know how to relate.
Charlie Kirk took the baton and went straight for Obama's economic record, and he didn't hold back. the man who claimed to fight for working families, presided over an era where Wall Street thrived while middle America got scraps. Bank bailouts, skyrocketing student loan debt, and stagnant wages became the norm. Yet, Obama's soaring speeches made millions feel as though progress was being made. Cake exposed the painful truth. Obama sold inspiration while delivering inequality. If you were a hedge fund manager in Manhattan, hope was real. But if you were a factory worker in Michigan, hope was nothing but a slogan.
How did Obamacare destroy our healthcare system? More people.
You got an hour and a half?
Healthcare.
You got an hour and a half? Individual state exchanges, 28 medical excise taxes,
More
not
people
allowing
with
health
low income
insurance to be
have
bought
healthcare
across
now.
state
They don't have
lines.
to go to
Bro,
the
you just
emergency
love
room.
talking over women, don't you?
No, I like talking over you too, actually.
Okay,
So.
sorry.
I'm sorry if I assumed your gender, but go ahead, finish your
Okay,
point.
with the dismantling of the health of the Affordable Care Act that the Trump administration has done has been more detrimental to the healthcare system than anything else. Actually, premiums have been going down, but now that the Trump administration has
Depends
been
on
doing
what
all
state.
these short-term plans and things like that, now they're going back up.
Well,
insurance companies
it
are building
depends
that
what
into their
state.
premiums.
So the individual mandate repeal was a tax cut on our generation.
Insurance companies literally say in their premium increases, we are increasing premium rates because the individual mandate was repealed.
Well, the individual mandate shouldn't have been inserted in the first place, and Obamacare is the one through these state exchanges that should never have been constructed, that was done on a partisan vote
when you're
to recreate
trying to
a
decrease the
one.
price of healthcare-
Then came the Affordable Care Act, Obama's so-called signature achievement. Kelly torched it without hesitation. Promised as the great equalizer in healthcare, the law left families drowning in skyrocketing premiums, fewer choices, and broken promises about keeping their doctors. Obama bragged about the policy for years, but Kelly reminded audiences that it became one of the most resented pieces of legislation in modern history. The irony? The policy he loved the most ended up alienating the very voters he claimed to fight for.
The truth is, if you add it all up, even the year, if the odds were you're going to be married to your partner for 50 years and 10 of those years could be bad,
You'd sign up for it.
You'd sign up for it.
You'd sign up for it.
Right. And that's really how it works out.
Is it, Michelle? It's not. I've been married for 17 and a half years and not one was bad. I think she and he married the wrong people.
Kirk then ripped into Obama's foreign policy, calling it one of the biggest bait-and-switch acts in modern history. The Nobel Peace Prize winner who promised diplomacy over war ended up expanding drone strikes, destabilizing Libya, and bungling Syria so badly that chaos became inevitable. Kelly drove the dagger deeper, exposing Obama's obsession with image over substance. Yes, the speeches were cinematic. Yes, the delivery was flawless. But as Kelly pointed out, great performances don't fix broken schools, rebuild hollowed-out communities, or heal a divided nation.
Over the weekend, we learned that Obama personally ordered an intel report. It's like, hey, was it true that Russia was behind this election? And from my understanding, the report said, no, Russia was not behind this election, did not manipulate votes. Trump was not elected because of Russia. This was in December of 2016 in a private classified intel briefing. That is now declassified thanks to Director of National.
And divided the nation was. Kirk zeroed in on Obama's greatest broken promise, his pledge to unite America. In 2008, he sold himself as the man who could end culture wars and bring people together. But by the time he left office, partisanship had hit an all-time high, racial tensions had exploded, and trust in government institutions had collapsed. Kirk painted a brutal picture. The man who once claimed to understand ordinary Americans now lives like a global aristocrat, hopping between multi-million-dollar estates and cashing in on Netflix deals while rewriting his own history. Kelly twisted the knife further, mocking the absurdity of a man who calls himself the people's champion while sipping cocktails with billionaires on Martha's Vineyard.
You really have to wonder, in fact, if we would have said 3 weeks ago, Blake, if we would have said that Joy Reid and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks, we would have been called the racist. But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken.
Kirk then took aim at Obama's bizarre obsession with Donald Trump. Even years after leaving office, Obama can't stop comparing himself to Trump or taking thinly veiled shots at him. Kirk laughed at the insecurity on display. If Obama's presidency were truly transformational, why does he need Trump to stay relevant? The answer was brutal but simple. Without Trump as the villain, Obama's carefully crafted myth starts collapsing under its own emptiness. Kelly and Kirk's combined styles made the takedown devastating. Kelly sliced through the image with precision, while Kirk hammered away with facts and failures. Together, they left Obama's reputation in ruins.
I'll do the second one second. Okay, so yeah, Obama's revolution, partly in his book Dreams from My Father, which I encourage you to read, was that he thought that he would bring forth a great awakening and a reconfiguration of America. And he thought that Hillary Clinton was like an automatic to become president. They thought they were going to stack the Supreme Court with 3 new Supreme Court justices. And his revolution never actually hit its final mark. Instead, President Donald Trump won in 2016. We got 3 Supreme Court justices. We were displaced from power from 4 years. And now President Trump is back on top. And almost every one of the core things that Obama ran on or defended have fallen out of popularity with the American.
Kelly reminded viewers that Obama's supporters weren't just fooled. They were willing participants in the illusion. People didn't love Obama for his policies. They loved how he made them feel. He sold optimism like it was oxygen, and America bought it by the gallon. But as Kelly noted, if you have to constantly remind people how great you were, maybe you weren't that great to begin with. Kirk added insult to injury by highlighting the ultimate irony. Obama's failures paved the way for Donald Trump's rise, the very man his supporters claimed he was supposed to stop.
Go back to that day 10 years ago. What I think binds it together, all these different strands, case upholding health care, a case declaring same-sex marriage part of our constitutional protections, of mourning. I think what pulls it all together is that no one person did any of that.
So he's sitting around on a June Thursday thinking about himself and his glory days. And to your point, Smug, I'm starting to warm up to Michelle Obama's POV. I mean, like,
the takedown hit its peak when Kelly exposed Obama's obsession with his own legacy. Every memoir, every Netflix documentary, every carefully staged interview screamed one thing: insecurity. Obama's entire myth was built on projection. People projected their hopes, dreams, and fantasies onto him, and he happily let them, while doing little to make those dreams a reality. Kelly and Kirk ripped away the projection, forcing audiences to confront the uncomfortable truth hiding underneath.
Like Obama, I actually think there's plenty of things you can like about him. He's very talented, he's very charismatic, he's very good on his feet. He respected the White House, he respected the Oval Office, there's plenty of stuff. Like, I'm not like an automatic hate Obama guy, but you must just be factual. Like, his vision, what he wanted to do for America, has failed. It's failed in the popular vote majority, it's failed in our public opinion polls. Young people, which used to be Obama's greatest constituency, college campuses were all on fire for Obama. Well, young people actually moved the most towards Donald Trump this last election, and President Donald Trump won the youth vote in Michigan and several other battleground states. As far as DEI, my stance on it, I'm very much against it, and they say it stands for diversity, equity, inclusion, but it really stands for didn't earn it.
But Kelly and Kirk didn't just demolish Obama. They turned him into a symbol of everything wrong with modern politics. The branding over substance, the media complicity, the hero worship, and the public's willingness to buy illusions, Obama embodies it all. And as long as Obama insists on staying relevant, releasing more documentaries, memoirs, and curated interviews, Kelly and Kirk will have endless ammunition to keep peeling back the curtain. The myth is punctured, the glow has faded, and what remains is a man desperately clinging to a brand while critics chip away at its foundation.
This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election. They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries. You've seen some pretty rough countries. This man has seen some pretty rough countries, but you've never seen anything like that. And we have all of the documents. And from what Tulsi told me, she's got thousands of additional documents.
I mean, there he is on camera saying he thinks Barack Obama is guilty of treason. And that is a word Tulsi used too. It may be too dramatic, but I don't know.
Kirk revealed the ultimate takeaway. Obama mastered the art of saying everything and doing very little. He promised transformation, but delivered stagnation. He preached unity, but left division. His speeches will always sound poetic. His suits will always look sharp, but the reality will never match the performance. Kelly added one final gut punch. The same man who ran on ending wars and bringing troops home ended up expanding drone strikes so aggressively that his administration invented new terminology to hide collateral damage. It was never governing, it was stagecraft.
It was just an all-encompassing, almost, political moment where it was at very high social cost to be disagreeable with the rise of Obama in 2008. And mind you, I was a 7th or 8th grader at the time, and actually going into 9th grade. And so I decided at my very best to push back. Oh, really? Is he going to fulfill all these promises? Is he really going to be able to bring utopia? And admittedly, I was rather clumsy and shallow in my capacity to be able to articulate those beliefs.
Kelly dug even deeper into the cultural rot Obama helped fertilize by leaning into identity politics whenever convenient. Instead of healing divides, he sharpened them. Instead of being the great unifier, he became the quiet architect of resentment and mistrust. Kirk summed it up perfectly. Obama didn't destroy the country overnight, but he planted seeds of division that still flourish today. He's hailed as a visionary, a thinker, a unifier. But Kelly and Kirk showed that the vision was shallow, the unity was fake, and the progress was staged. It's a masterclass in how charisma can be weaponized, how style can overshadow substance, and how history can be rewritten in real time.